Hi!
Hello!
We have another episode today live with the Picking Brains podcast with Callum from Scream Camp. We also have me, Charlie, and below me is Saz, and to the diagonal corner is Meg. Hi!
Hello! Hi!
So we have the fantastic pleasure of having Callum with us today. Callum's from Scream Camp, and just to fill you in on a little bit of information, Scream Camp runs overnight experiences in High Account Hill Farm, and according to their website, it will leave you screaming, crying and hiding in fear. And throughout the night you take part in horror games and challenges, and maybe even sit around the campfire roasting marshmallows. Now, their challenges are intense. They may contain blood, guts, physical interaction with actors, scenes that may disturb some people, and even guests will be forcibly removed from their tents overnight, which just sounds incredible to me as a horror fan. I just say I'm very much excited about the fact that we have tickets booked and we're going, hopefully, in the future. But Scream Camp isn't their only experience. They have multiple in the past as well, and their latest one is The Retreat, which is another overnight experience, and I don't want to go into too much, spoilers. However, Scare Track have done a fantastic review on their channel, so if you want to check that out to see all the spoilers and stuff around that, then definitely go check that out, because it is a fantastic review, and they looked terrified, so
They did.
Nice
they
work.
Absolutely petrified. Never seen them so scared, trust me.
Which is great. I love that. So is that pretty much what you reckon? Is that a good summary of what Scream Camp is?
Yeah, I don't think you could have put it any better, to be honest. Especially reading off the website. So hey,
fantastic. Yeah, I like to make sure I've got it on the tee. So to kick it off with, the first question has got to be, how did you set up Scream Camp? Like, what was the motive, the drive behind it?
Well, to be honest, I've been in the industry for about 10 years roughly now, give or take. I started off scare acting. I started going to mazes many years ago in like 2008, 2009. I loved the industry when I first started going around them, because I've always loved Halloween since I was a kid. Then I started off actually working as an actor at Scare Kingdom Scream Park in Blackburn, which I'm sure you've all probably been to. Yeah?
Not yet.
Not
yet, but I plan to.
Yeah, no, I worked there for quite a few years, and then went on to produce attractions such as Psychomantium, Snuff House. So Snuff House After Dark as well, if you heard about that, which they did their summer one. So I did those sort of things, and then I left Scare Kingdom Scream Park at the end of 2017, and then I took a year out and went and did loads, because obviously working at Scare Kingdom in October we couldn't obviously do other events, so I took that opportunity to go, right, I'm going to go do loads of events I've never done before. Did that, went around and went, you know what, I want my own event, and I went to Halloween in the September of 2018, and I was just sat on a park bench and I thought, you know what, I want to do my own event. I love to do an overnight event, and I thought, what is there not in the UK? Well, there's not a camping event. So I thought, you know what, let me throw some ideas up. So I sat down, threw some ideas together, and I thought, you know what, this could actually work. And then by, I think, first or second week of October, we'd had a website built, we'd had a full summary built, we'd had everything put into black and white, into writing, put onto the website, promoted it, and then within 3 weeks, the event sold out for last year.
Oh, wow. That's super quick to get it on its feet then. That is fantastic to hear.
Yeah, we had nine shows to begin with. 9. And because they sold out so quickly, we added another 2 dates on, and they sold out again within about a couple of days. So we had 11 shows last year, and they all sold out. It was great. So, yeah, that's set up.
That's really, really cool to have it go up so quickly, especially if it's kind of like one of your passion projects as well, to be able to just go for it, really. So how does it kind of work without having too many spoilers, of course? So let's say you arrive there. What are people in for overnight?
It's a very unique experience. It's as obviously many reviews have said, if you've read them, it's a completely different experience to anything UK wide. I mean, there's no similar events in the US, but there are events in the US. Like, I've been to an event called Kim's Crypt Camp Out, which is in Pennsylvania, which did give me a few ideas for Scream Camp. That was just fantastic. It's a really, really good event. But there's nothing actually like it in the UK. So I thought, you know what, let's go different. And when people arrive, they'll be met by the camp leaders. So the camp is basically split into 2 teams, Team Lola and Team Tracy. The aim of the game throughout the night is to win points for your teams by completing the challenges set out for you by the murderers, or even in-camp activities as well. So it's a competition as well. So you arrive, meet your camp leaders, go around to camp, put your stuff in your tent, sit around the fire, and let the stories begin, and then the night will unfold from there.
Oh, that seems so cool.
Does anyone
Nice.
actually sleep at all?
So no, we had one guest sleep last year, just one out of the whole. I think we had over 400 guests come or something.
Wow.
We had one person sleep, and he slept for about an hour because the actors were off doing things in camp and came back and got told he was asleep. Now the other reason why he'd gone to sleep because he'd worked a night shift the day before or something like that. He'd had to sleep, so literally got to about 2-3 a.m. and he was like, he's knackered and he went to bed. Luckily, we know this person, so one of the actors, Shadow, actually went over. There's a video of it knocking around online. He actually flips the tent upside down, and literally still doesn't wake up. He's fast asleep. Shadow's got the tent upside down. He has to literally roll him around in this tent. It's hilarious. And bear in mind, at this point, all the other campers are tied up together in camp. They're all cling filmed together. So all they're doing, they're just
Oh my God.
Shadow flip his tent over. They were laughing their head off. The guy called Alan Higson, who he is. He's done loads of events and stuff. He's a really nice man. But we flipped him up, and it was good fun. But he was the only one who fell asleep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I suppose if you've had pretty much no sleep before, then I guess that makes sense. But wow, to have pretty much, that seems intense, and I love that. So speaking of intense, it being a very, extreme attraction, how do you make sure, not to cross the line? Is there, a quote-unquote safe word?
Correct. Yeah, there's a safe word throughout the evening. Like I say, I wanted to create an event. Like I said, I've worked in extreme attractions before. I worked at Snuff House. I worked at Snuff House After Dark. I've done Cracked. I've worked in these places as an actor before. So I know what extreme is. However, the extreme market is very limited. So you have a limited audience and limited. Oh,
don't worry. She'll be back. She's probably just having a moment.
So yeah, the extreme elements they have a limited audience, so they only can attract a certain group of people. It's not a general public event. However, this was something we wanted to create for the general public, something which your general Joe blogs can come and do, do it and enjoy themselves. So yeah, there is a safe word if it does get, because like I said, it's not extreme, but it's intense. It is intense and it's different. So it's one of those experiences where if you do go outside your comfort zone, and you think, right, this is a bit too much for me, you can say the safe word, but that doesn't mean the night's ended for you. That just means that one specific task has ended for you. Yeah. So then you go back to camp, and then you can go and try the next one if you want to. But it doesn't mean, if you say the safe word, it doesn't mean the whole night's finished for you, like it would do at some events. Yeah, that's really cool, though, that, you get more people involved with it. Because I definitely know that intense events aren't for everyone, but it's nice to see reaching out to people and getting them to, go past their kind of... fears and challenge them. Speaking of which, have you ever had people leave because it was too much for them? Do they go in the middle? Yeah, we had the funniest one was the first scare of the evenings it's classic, it's brilliant, it's really good. I don't know if Aidan spoke to you about it, but it's a really intense first scare. It really gets your adrenaline pumping. It's one of our favourite moments. And we had a couple of 18-year-old girls come, and we did the first scare. I won't go into what it is, just in case you don't want to know. But we did that first scare, and literally they said the safe word, and they were like, "Can't do this. We're out." And they got in the car and they drove off. This was 10 minutes into the experience. Oh my gosh! Wow. Literally, because they've been in camp already for an hour or so, an hour and a half or so before things started heating up. I remember them speaking to a producer and going, "Oh, you know what? We've absolutely loved it, but it's just too much for us. We're too scared. But nothing against your event. We love it already, but it's just too scary for us." And then they went, and that was it. That's fair enough. Left us a good review as well, so can't really complain. Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's nice of them. Yeah, I suppose it is sometimes a bit too much for some people, but yeah, that's cool. Meg, do you have any questions at all?
Yeah, so lean on from that. So when Scream Camp does finally come back, whenever it does come back after the lockdown, have you got any surprises in store for the guests?
Yeah, there's it's been chopped and changed, not too much, because it won an award. You don't change up an event that won an award too much, too drastic.
No.
You're taking away the, you know, the key elements that made it, you know, get an award and made it a good event. So we've chopped and changed. We've added some new stuff in there, which follows the same kind of role as last year did. There are a few special things that are coming this year. Well, hopefully this year, fingers crossed. But if not, we'll carry them on to next year, and that gives us more time then to think of more things to add on to Scream Camp next year.
That's so
brilliant.
Cool.
So leading on,
Yeah.
so what is it actually like being an award-winning event?
It's amazing. It's incredible. Just for the sole reason of how long I've been in the industry and how I thought of the event. You know, my team as well, and how much effort everyone put into the event itself last year, you know, through the wind and the rain and the cold and the hours they put in, and, you know, putting up tents at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then meeting guests at 8, 9 o'clock and then going through the whole night acting, etc. And then they've got to put tents down, whether it's windy, rainy, sunny, at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just, it takes it out of everyone, and all those long nights and all those, you know, positive feedback we got was all worth it, because we ended up getting recognised and getting that award. So, like I say, Screen Camp doesn't make a massive amount of money. It's not a money making exercise. It never has been a money making exercise for me. It's all about creating an event for the general public, and, you know, having an event where people can go, oh yeah, the Screen Camp, it's really good there. We went there last week. Or, you know, that's what I want. I want people to look at Screen Camp and go, you know what, that's a really good event. As long as I get the Screen Camp name known and people speak highly of it, that's all that matters to me. And that's the main thing. As long as people come and enjoy themselves and then leave us a nice feedback afterwards, that's payment for me.
That's so
No,
nice.
that's really brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So, was there any main inspirations for Screen Camp and the retreat? Were there any specific things that inspired you to start those events?
Screen Camp, what kind of inspired me, because I've been in the industry a long time, so I've got a lot of knowledge from different areas of different things and putting them all together. But the main inspiration was Kim's Crypt Camp out in America for Screen Camp, because it is a camping event. It's quite simple. It's not similar, because the way Kim's Crypt is run is completely different. So Kim's Crypt Camp out, I don't know if have you heard of it before?
No.
No.
Oh, it's really, really good. It's basically, it's one night a year where it's like 150 people come and camp out. But Kim, she has a haunted mill, and she owns like a little town, and this event takes place in that town, and they've got acres and you know, obviously how much land Americans have got, and they've got so much land, and literally 150 guests come, and there's like different camps, and everyone goes and do like 30 will go there, 30 will go there, and then they've got a complete challenges and stuff. It's really, really well done. So we nicked a few ideas from there, but obviously Scream Camp is run completely different, because it's run 11 times a year, and we haven't got the facilities that they have, because they use their haunted houses for some of the things and stuff as well. So, but for that, but no, the retreat, no real inspiration. It's just really my twisted mind.
Well, from what I've seen, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Talking about having a twisted mind,
You've got
what
to
do
have
you think is
mind.
sort of like the furthest you've gone with something? Is there anything where you think it's sort of maybe just on that line of, you know, from horror to torture?
Have I ever done something like that, or have I thought about doing something like that?
What do you think sort of the closest you've been to that line that you've set for yourself?
I'd probably say claustrophobia. Fine spaces. There's a fine line between being claustrophobic and being suffocated. There's a fine line between it. You don't want to go too. You've got to be careful how you do it. Like I say, Screen Camp is intense, but everything's done and everything's practiced over and over and over again. Every element of Screen Camp is always tested and tried, and the actors are trained. Like I said, I trained actors, you know, for many years, and you've got every actor that we have has gone through a high amount of training to actually be able to deliver this, because it's not just like Joe Blogs off the street can come and do what we do. It's not. We have to be trained up. We have to tell them how to hold guests, how to move guests. You know, one little wrong movement, you could injure a guest. You could twist the neck. You could twist the leg. You know, you've got to be careful, especially when you're dealing with the general public, because as you guys probably know, they'll complain at anything they can do. So you've just got to be careful. So I'd probably say claustrophobia is the limit in terms of that. There's no waterboarding, there's no stress positions, there's nothing like that. There's no elements of McCain Manor anyway, put it that way.
Talking about your actors there, do they have do you have very strict guidelines and very firm areas of where they can go, and have you got quite strong like protocol as well in case they cross anything?
Yeah, of course. There was an odd occasion last year where I would notice something, because obviously I act in it as well with them. So that's a good thing about it, because I get to oversee it as well. So I get to oversee actually what's going on throughout the night, rather than just sitting back in the shadows. I get to see what's going on. And there's been a couple of occasions where I've gone, don't grab them there, grab them there, or whatever it may be. So I keep an eye on it. But to be fair, my team, they're very sensible. We don't. I wouldn't hire anyone. I wouldn't give someone that responsibility of being able to touch a person that's coming through without trusting them and knowing, right, you're going to do a good job. Otherwise, no. But to be fair, they're all trustworthy and they all do a good job, and we didn't have any issues or any injuries last year. So that's out of all those guests, it's quite a good achievement.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, that's good and probably very reassuring for someone who's going to do that event.
Definitely.
But yeah, you've definitely got to be careful in those cases of how you kind of handle people and make sure they're not hurt. It's very extensive health and safety, I'm sure, behind it all. So yeah.
So what's the actual best part about running Scream Camp?
Oh. What has been the best part, or what is the best part?
Like, what is the best part of it? And then if you've got a most memorable moment from when Scream Camp started up till now as well.
Oh, you're asking. Jeez. Let me think. I'd probably say most memorable moment has probably got to be. So we've got these two people. Have you heard about the cliff at Scream Camp?
I think Aiden's told us about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Told us about that.
So we had these two guests. There was two actors on one guest and two actors on another guest. We'll always have two actors on the guest when they're like. So they're over a cliff edge, but they're not dangled over by legs first. They've got the neck over. They can see how high it is. It's all safely done. However, they were doing it and they were both giggling and laughing, and we chuck them back and forth like this to scare them. And simultaneously at the same time, both of them farted at the same time. Honestly, I could not believe it at the same time. So we obviously were trying to hold back. The two guests are absolutely laughing their heads off at each other. That me in character, I was like, right, you get up, and then I marched them back into camp, and I stood them right at the front of camp. Bear in mind, this camp's full with 30 guests, so I stood them both at the front, and I'm in character, and I'm telling them, right, you tell this lot what you two just done now. One of them, I farted, and then the other one went, I farted as well, and the whole camp just burst up in laughter. And it was just one of the. It's not even a scary moment. It's just a comical. I mean, that's the good thing about Scream Camp. There's a lot of comedy mixed with the scares as well, which I think you've got to have. You've got to have contrast. It can't be one or the other too much. It's got to be a fine. There's a balance. But yeah, I mean that for me was a moment. It was quite funny.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all about having fun, isn't it? Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So one last thing for me. Have you got anything else planned for the future?
I can't say. That.
All right.
There's something in the pipeline. Very recently, in fact. But it's not something which will take. It's not something which will take a month or two. It'll take a couple of months. So, but there is something in the pipeline. I'll say that.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got the retreat, which is new, which is obviously which we're focusing on at the moment. But there is something. I'm always looking at the next thing. There's always something you can always improve and go down a different route as well. So, but yeah, there is something.
That's cool. So keep your eyes peeled then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Saz, do you have any questionroonies?
I've kind of jumped in with most of mine.
It's fair enough. That's all right. Well, So, with this whole lockdown situation going on, how has it been for you dealing with that from Scream Camp's perspective?
Very difficult, because obviously, as you can imagine, we've got guest messages left, right and centre going on. Are you opening? Can I have a refund? Can I change my ticket? Can I do this? Can I do that? So it's high maintenance. Obviously, we've got people that run our social media accounts for us. However, they back and check with me to see obviously what's going on. I have to give them constant updates, etc., etc. But yeah, it has been difficult because, like I say, it has affected us financially because obviously we invested quite a lot of ticket money because we sold quite a lot of tickets for this year, and we invested a lot of that back in new tents and props and you name it, and obviously that we have the event on at High Cantwell Farm. So we invested a lot of the money in. So obviously we wasn't anticipating this pandemic happening. So obviously a lot of money that we've invested, people are asking for back. So that kind of put us in a sticky situation. We're like, well, you know. So yeah. So what we ended up doing is literally saying, listen, we've had to refund a few people that have really, really kicked off. But you know, we've said to people, do you mind either changing your ticket for a later date in the year or carrying your ticket on to next year because it will help the company. Plus, we do want you to experience our event. But you do get some people in the general public that are just like, no, give me a refund, and they'll come up with any excuse to do so. But we've got to be prepared for that. But yeah, it has been difficult, it has affected us. But we're not the only one. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it because there's a lot of people that are probably in worse situations than me. But it has been difficult, and but we're getting back on track slowly but surely.
Yeah, it is definitely tough, especially from the entertainment part, where, you know, people are asking for refunds, and it's like, you know, it would help out so many people if, you know, you can reschedule. I know with us as well.
Some people don't have that mindset though. Some people don't think, you know what, let me look at them as a company. Let me look at them as a person running a company. They don't look at that. They just they think, oh, the company's got loads of money, it can just refund that. It doesn't work like that, especially with an event like ours, because we have to invest in new things and stuff to keep the event fresh and running, etc. But you know, it actually has been difficult, but it's we've had a lot of, you know what, to be fair, I'm going to say we've had a lot of people that have been very, very understanding and have been happy to change the dates later in the year or change it next year, and they've been really, really nice. A couple of them even left us a few reviews and said, you know what, we've not been able to come this year, but they've dealt with me really well and they've changed my ticket, and you know, that's really nice. No one needs to do something like that, but it's really, really nice. And yeah, it's nice that there are people out there like that that are understanding. But
yeah,
you're always going to get a minority no matter what. No matter what it is, you always have that one minority that you have to deal with. So it has been difficult.
Yeah, it's really a tough situation to deal with, but let's kind of all hoping that we're all back soon, or the scare attractions are back soon, and especially in time for Halloween. That is the big one that we're hoping for. Yeah, so the last question I sort of have before we move on to our fab game is, how has it been planning and doing the retreat?
How has it been? Oh, you mean during this situation or just in general?
Just in general, really.
It's been really fun, actually. It's been really, really fun. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do behind the scenes to create this event, and it's one of a kind. It's so fun to actually do. I'd probably say I prefer. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know. It's on the same level as the enjoyment I get out of doing Scream Camp. It's just so much fun to do. But the thing is, there's two different types of scares. Scream Camp is one type of scare, and the retreat is a completely other type of scare. So it's nice to have that contrast and see that, you know, people are scared at Scream Camp because it's aggressive and everything's going on like that. But with a retreat, it's very subdued, and your own mind plays with you at the retreat. And it's watch Mikey's video. Did you say you watched?
Yeah.
You watched
I did, yeah.
Whole video.
I've watched
the whole video,
little bits in between. Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about.
So good.
I'm not going to talk about what's on it because some people might be watching that. But as you seen how scared he was doing it, and that's that. As
petrified.
You know, yeah, you guys know as scare actors, you know, when you see guests like that, you're like, yes, you know, that's what we get out of doing it. You know, when we see people scared, we're doing what we love because we want to scare people. That's the whole thing of being a scare actor and being in this industry. So yeah, no, it's the retreat to actually set up is relatively easy. After the initial setup, because there's a lot of things that go into setting up, but actually doing a show not day to day, but week to week or whatever we're doing it on, it's quite easy to do. It's very easy to do as long as we've got our team there. Again, it's all the Scream Camp team that are doing it with us, but it's it's good, and it's really good fun as well, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy it if you ever came and did it.
Yeah, that's fab to hear. I mean, if there are any more tickets in the future, I think I'm definitely going to go for it.
I'll hook you.
Ooh.
I'll come with you, Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah, that one might be more my speed. I've been a little bit apprehensive about the Scream Camp.
Are you the Scream Camp?
No, I haven't got tickets to Scream Camp.
Have you not?
No.
We tried convincing.
One of those that's a little bit like,
We tried.
Is there a
like,
reason why?
too much for me. So.
Is there a reason why you don't want to do it?
I think it might be a bit too much for me, to be fair.
I mean, a lot of people said that last year, and then came, and then were like, you know what? That was really fun, and they were scared, but it was fun. And like I said, there is that option of a safe word as well. It's like I say, it's not. When I say aggressive, it's not. You're not proper ragged out. It's nothing like that. You know, even when you're taking out your tent, you're pulled out by your leg, but you're not like getting your leg pulled off or anything like that. It's all well done. You should do it if you do it.
To be fair, like actually during this podcast, I've been thinking more and more that I might join everybody else and get a ticket.
Do it.
Do it, and I'll look you up with a ticket. How's that?
That'll be awesome.
Saz, you gotta join us now.
Come on,
I'll
I'm
do
terrified. I'm terrified as well, Saz. So
We've got another one.
I'm still doing it.
Fantastic. Oh, this is going to be amazing.
This is going to be good.
Be great.
So, speaking of games and horror, Saz, it's time.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Specialty.
Are there no audience questions?
Not any currently, but if any do pop up, I'll be sure to ask them.
Cool.
Right, I'm going to see if I can go for my high score.
Same here. I had a bad luck run last time, so let's see how I do.
Oh, spinner's up high today.
Nice.
Yeah, we got the spinner back from the kid.
Woo!
Right, so this is one fateful night. It is the worst night of your life. You have spent your whole week being the worst person you can possibly be. You've been doing everything to try and annoy the spirit, all of the evil characters that are in the world. You've been doing Ouija boards, you've been watching certain VHS tapes, you've been playing with the occult, you've been going into different dimensions, the lot. And now there is something after you. I'm not going to let you know what is after you, though, or who. First of all, you're going to need to decide what you're going to do about it. So if you're going to run, hide, or fight this character off, then you're going to choose one of these cards here, which will reveal who is after you. And then we're going to use our wonderful spinner here and see what weapon system you have got to defend yourself. And that will determine if you get to live the night or you get to die. Now, if you live, there are two different options. You either get 2 points or just 1, depending on whether you completely KO the character or at least do the perfect thing that you can do for that character, because some can't be. Or, so that'll give you 2 points for complete KOing or doing enough to survive what they're doing, or if it just gives you enough to get away from them, it's just 1 point. Or, you know, I think it's absolutely hilarious, you might get 1 point as well. Because we do have some jazz hands here, we do have a Disney song as your weapon as well, and there is also a sexy man. So
love a good sexy man.
Those are all great options that I love that might just get you a point for just spinning that. Now, you do have, if you manage to survive the first person, there will be one more coming after you before the night is done.
Ooh.
So we get one more spin. So, would you like to go first, Callum? Choosing one of these squares here. You can just about see them all.
I'll go top right.
Top right?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You have got Norman Bates after you.
What are you going to do?
Dabby
what
man.
Are you going to do?
Oh,
gonna
now
run,
what are you
fight, or
hoping
hide?
for? Weapon-wise.
What are you doing? What are you doing first?
Oh, I forgot that, you know.
I would have
Right,
said.
we're going to have to get rid of Norman Bates.
Uh-oh.
She
Right,
messed
start
up her own game. I'm
I
joking.
messed up my own game. I got so excited.
She was
I
like
so excited I messed up my
so
own game.
ready. It happens though.
Yeah.
Right. Would you like to run, fight, or hide, Callum?
I'll fight.
That's what we like to hear. What we love to hear.
Okay, which one would you like to go for?
I'll go for the one underneath.
The one underneath, yeah. You Pennywise.
I thought that was a Teletubby to begin with when I couldn't see its face. I was like, Jesus.
I'll bring it
Terrifying.
closer.
That is it though. Yes.
Oh. Hi,
Alright, Katie, you've decided to fight it. Now, what do we think? Do you think we're going to fail and die, or do we think we might survive the night?
Survive, easy.
Oh, let's have a look.
Oh.
You did Disney songs.
What?
Disney
So you
song.
can sing it if you. I'll let you survive with 1 point if you can give us a rendition of a Disney song, couple of lines.
A whole new world.
Yes.
Oh,
A
Yes.
fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no or where to go. Or say we're only dreaming. There you go.
That's amazing.
Yay.
Plus, Disney song shows you're not afraid. Boom.
exactly.
Boom.
Exactly.
Feeds off
So you haven't KO'd him, but because you weren't afraid and you sang it, you get to survive the night with 1 point.
Happy days.
That was fab singing, by the way. I really enjoyed that.
That was brilliant. I love that. Brilliant.
I'm here all week.
Okay, Charlie.
Hello.
Would you like to run, hide, or fight?
Fight, please.
And which one would you like to go for?
Help.
Stay
Stay
put.
put.
Yes, Marshmallow Man.
Yes.
Alright, let's give the old spinner a good spin.
Come on, Proton Gun, please. Please, come on.
You get 2 times spin. So that means you get 2
Ooh.
weapon systems. Let's have a look what you get.
Boom, come on, Proton Gun.
Proton gun!
I've absolutely murked him. He's
Yay.
dead. Pro at this game, what do I
I
tell
mean,
you?
we'll give you another spin just because.
Next.
See.
And you get to carry a machete at the same time.
I love that.
Just to be cool. So you get 2 points, Charlie, because you did get the proton gun, which is what you were looking for.
I love that. Great.
Bad out.
Meg, what would you like to go for? Run, hide, or fight?
I'm a chicken. I'm legging it.
You're
I'm
legging
running.
it, are ya?
I'm running.
And
And I'm
what
gonna
would you
go
like
for
to go for?
The heart, please.
The heart.
Heart.
Slenderman!
Oh. I need a
Because you
Hail
are doing the
Mary,
right thing
don't
by
I?
running.
True.
So,
You seen the Slender Man game? He just pops up right in front of you.
yeah, you kind of want to run or hide with him, but there's not a lot you can do about Slenderman. So hopefully you can
No.
get a Hail Mary,
I need a Hail Mary.
which Hail
Or
Mary
something.
completely doesn't matter what else happens, who it is, you get to win.
The Hail Mary is an automatic
Or
win.
an invisibility cloak. So let's go
Could
for it. I'm
do.
just gonna bring it so I can do it.
Other than that. Oh, I'm good. I'm dead. I'm so bloody
You
dead.
have an electronic pulse gun.
Nah,
Would that do something? I don't know.
she's
Shoot
dead.
him in the face.
No, you don't.
Yeah, shoot him in the face and it might tingle him.
Nah. Resign my fate.
No, Meg's dead.
Rest in peace.
Okay, back to the
Again. I
Gone.
died again.
Would you like to run, hide, or fight this time, Callum?
Fight.
Fight. I'm gonna sit with fight. Brilliant.
I'm gonna go
And
for
what one would you like to go for?
the one two beneath it.
Two beneath it, bottom right.
That one?
That's the one.
Oh, you have been watching your old VHS tape.
Uh-oh.
You've got Samara.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
But we do have a good one for Samara. It's
Block
time
belly.
travel to undo their making. Now that's gonna be
The
one
one.
you really want.
Oh!
Oh.
Is that another Disney song?
It is.
Yeah.
Fancy not Disney song.
Nah, sorry, you're dead.
Rest in pieces.
You're dead.
You can-
Oh, rest
Do you
in
wanna be
peace.
a
I'm so
Yes, I-
sorry.
We're
Let's
both
see
dead.
if Charlie is the only one to survive the night, or if her second attacker is going to get her. So Charlie, run,
What are you
hide,
gonna
or
do?
fight.
Fight.
Fight again. And what one would you like to go for?
I'm gonna go for the 4 blood drops, please.
4 blood drops. You have Chucky.
Just kick him in the
You're
face. Just kick him in the face.
You're dead.
He's a doll.
You're dead.
No, this is an advanced Chucky.
This is the Chucky that's been burnt, shot, blown up, had its limbs
Yeah.
chopped off, and he's still fucking going.
pretty much. Yeah, so
Callum.
you decide to start with. There's not a lot that is going to do it.
You need a Hail Mary.
I don't like
Or
Chucky.
time travel.
But let's give it a spin anyway. 3,
Hail Mary.
2, 1.
Please, Jesus. What does that
Name an incarnation. Incantation.
name?
You're
It.
not going to
No.
do a lot with that.
No, technically,
Name
right?
it-
He's
a
a.
name an
Isn't he like a
incantation.
possessed demon doll? So if I'm like all, ooh, it'll. No. Okay, not convincing
No.
you. That's fine.
Nah,
fine.
that's
No,
more
that's
like
not how
demon.
Chucky works.
I'll deal with
No,
it.
so you are also dead.
Woo!
So well done, all 3 of you have died.
Yay!
Right.
Death song. Oh wow, that's been fantastic. So what does the leaderboards show us now?
So, Charlie, you're now on 9 points. So you're the top of the home team, but you have played the most.
Boo-boo-boo. Not cheating at all.
No. And Mikey is still top of our guest board.
I'm sorry, Callum.
And there are still several
Sorry,
other
Cal.
people before Callum, I'm afraid.
Sorry.
We've got our guest Charlie and our guest Amber above you with 2 points.
I'm gonna get stick for this, you know I don't.
Best of luck. I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
I'm going to change my appearance.
You know what? You know what? I love Disney as well, so it's like controversial, isn't it? I
Mm.
love.
Mm.
That's why
Disney's
it's in there. I
amazing.
love Disney.
Yeah,
Disney's
Saz
awesome.
Saz is Disney mad. But this has been
Perfect.
fantastic. So thank you so
Been
so
awesome.
much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
You're welcome.
I really wish you the best with the retreat, the rest of your events, and hopefully we can all be back soon because that'll be fantastic. You can join us next week, hopefully at around 7-8 p.m. Check out our Facebook socials down below, Instagram, Twitter. We've got all of them. So see you guys next time. Bye.